Hello friends, welcome to the Carrotcast. As usual, today we are going to look into some tips about the F2P. You all know I am a 100% F2P player and I am going to have an ARC match in just 54 minutes. So I decided we'll make a guide for early stage F2P players and how they actually should play the game. So first thing I want to talk about just some epic pairings that everyone should work with. So here are five pairings from my side. It all depends on what kind of role you want to play. So I have split into three roles that every F2P player can play. One is the role of support, which is the support marches, which helps in the murder balls. The second is filling rallies, and third is provisions or gathering. So I'll just tell you about my three choices, and then we go dig deeper into that. So first thing that every person should do is they should have presets of the marches. Without presets, actually, uh, things will not work for you that well. So if you see my first choice for an F2P, and I assume that Ethel is not a legendary, but everybody will have Ethelflaed in some form of shape. So my first choice is Ethel plus Joan. And you see what I have done is first all the three sets of troops are there. I have put maximum amount of troops in uh, the infantry because you need to be as tanky as possible as an F2P, so you should survive. Now, what's the point of Ethel and Joan? So, I will just talk about few things that you need to look into. The first thing and the foremost thing is your support marches should buff and debuff the players around you. So, what does it mean? It should mean that either you should empower or you should reduce the enemy's health. So now if you see Ethel's first skill, what does it talk about? Deals damage up to 5 targets. Excellent thing because AoE you are hitting more than 5 targets. Sorry, you are hitting more than one target. Always works in your favor when you are murder ball. And reducing their attack, defense and health by 30% for the next 2 seconds. Excellent. Even if you are not able to kill that march or those marches, some of your friends, some of your alliance mates are going to do that work for you. So that is called the debuffing. That is one thing. Next we come to the Joan of Arc, which again provides a buff to your allied forces. So what does it mean? For the next 4 seconds, troop led by this commander and nearby allied troops gain 30% increased health for infantry units, 30% defense for cavalry units, and 30% attack for archer units, and 50% additional rage per second. Both these skills combined together give you an excellent advantage when you are in a murder ball situation. So you are going to provide excellent support for your RT. The second march, according to me, should be the march which is a Joan of Arc, sorry, a Sun Tzu and LG Manda. Now you can replace Ulji by the new commander, Viking commander, which is there, but I still prefer Ulji because this is excellent tanky march. Sun Tzu is, as I say, right, it's a legendary in an epic disguise, amazing player. So this is a march that you must have, and this is your second infantry march. Now both the marches I am preferring infantry for a simple reason. When we are in a murder ball situation, a lot of cavalry will be out there. You need to have two things. You need to survive longer and you need to have advantage over cavalry, which will be provided by infantry. Now, the third march, again, this can be a mix of a lot of things, but according to me, you need to have a Belisarius and Baibars march. My preference for this march is because this is a very fast march, and you need to understand one thing about Belisarius plus Baibars march. Belisarius always needs to be primary, and the talent tree needs to have the mobility tree full. In my setting, mobility is not there, but you need to work on your mobility tree. You need to work on your cavalry. Okay, these are the two things. uh, Other thing is you need to learn and practice how do you jump from one node to other to gain the speed. So this is a very very important thing that you need to learn in the trick, because as soon as a node or any structure is left by Belisarius, he has a fast speed and you need to leverage that. The idea behind this is you should be able to move fast from one location to other, which is extremely important. Other role this march should play is it is going to be, there will be lots and lots of cavalry rallies, and this should provide support to those cavalry rallies. Now when we are talking about rallies, that's the second function you should play, filling rallies. And there would be a lot of rallies which are related to cavalry, and then there will be infantry rallies and archer rallies, so you take the decision, but most of the time you should have presets for all the three kinds of rallies. Here I want to notice or bring to your notice three very key parameters or three commanders that help a lot. The first is CPO. What is the extra advantage the CPO gives you? The CPO gives you a genuine aristocracy. What does it mean? It gives you the command gains 10% increased troop capacity. The same kind of impact you will also get when you have Osman. Okay, you need to have Osman to help you achieve that. Okay, so Osman will also give you 10% advantage. The third commander, which is a gathering commander, and that helps you a lot, and that is Matilda. Now, if I look into the Matilda, where is my Matilda? I had to search for her. What's the advantage of Matilda? She also gives us tremendous uh, troop capacity. So if I look into her talents, uh, troop capacity bonus of 15%. Unbelievably good. Why does this work? See, you just pick two commanders, anyone you like, and you pair them with us. So you take CPO and Matilda. Suddenly you are not having a 200k march. You gain 25% extra. That is a huge opportunity for you to fill rallies and help your team. Now coming to the third role that you should be playing, and that is the provisions or gathering. For that, you need to keep two things in mind. Have presets ready. So as you see, my preset is there. I'm using Matilda plus Ishida, and second is I am using Clio plus uh, Gaius Marius. You can choose any one of them. Uh, One key thing is do not have this too much of T4 into this. You should have a T3 march, and the reason for this is uh, keeping your march as fast as possible. Here I'm just keeping it T2. Okay. The reason is jump from node to node and gather. One key thing about arc you should observe is if you die in a gathering node, you are not going to get any provisions. But if you are returning or you are on your way from one node to other, and if you die, somebody attacks you, you die, you will get your provision. So be careful of that. If somebody is attacking, you need to get out of that node as early as possible. Remember, provisions provide 3000 to 4000 points per RKM to the entire team. Those are extremely, extremely important for the team to win the match. Okay, so these are the three roles you should play. As you upgrade over time, you will get more commanders, better commander. You will invest in legendaries. We'll discuss them further. But for today, this is it. Good luck with your R games. Thank you.